What do you think when you hear charter school? Most people think charter schools offer a better learning experience for children. 10 Investigates' Jennifer Titus found out that's not necessarily the case. And in some situations, it's actually the exact opposite.
Mr. Hunley's salary had been approximately $105,000 when he served as principal of Lincoln Middle School. The LMA governing board increased that salary to $175,000. On an annual basis, that stipend provided him with another $29,400 of W-2 income, pushing his total compensation to $204,400.
Lincoln Memorial Academy in Palmetto was a charter school. It opened in 2018.
On July 22, 2019, LMA had received a notice that its water supply was to be shut off for non-payment of its bills. Employees were not being paid their salaries.
1 year later, the charter school returned to the Manatee County school system.
The school board's investigation uncovered widespread evidence of systematic dysfunction.
And this is not the first charter school in the state to run into problems. 10 Investigates has learned these schools are closing their doors just as fast as they're opening. What's your first and last name?
Ben Wilcox.
Wilcox is the research director for Integrity Florida, a nonprofit research institute and government watchdog. He recently published this report titled The Hidden Costs of Charter School Choice.
And that was a shock to us that nearly 400 charter schools had closed at the time we wrote the report.
This building here used to house the students of Town and Country Charter High School. Now it's one of 409 charter schools to close in the state of Florida. Nationwide, Florida ranks number 2 when it comes to charter school closures. We want to know why so many of these schools are closing their doors. But the state couldn't tell us that. They don't track that info. So we decided to do it ourselves. We requested that information from every county in the state. For the counties that do track it, we found these schools are closing for all sorts of things, from low enrollment numbers to health and safety concerns to academics. But the number one reason we found that these schools are closing is financial issues.
And we've taken the oversight of those schools away from the local school districts and given that oversight to the charter school boards. And I just think that's caused problems.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a big part of the problem.
School board members are elected by a vote, but in the state of Florida, to open a charter school, there's no vote. You just need 3 people. Any 3 people. 10 Investigates uncovered board members with backgrounds in nursing, engineering, even a veteran, but no education background. This woman even had a criminal background, a convicted felon with multiple arrests, but she was still the president of a charter school board in Manatee County. This mugshot was for the time she stole money from that charter school she was overseeing.
These board members, they don't have, full-time, hands-on, eyes-on, supervision of the management of the school.
Some oversee more than one school. Take Bridge Prep Academy, for example. They run 3 charter schools in the Bay Area, even more across the state, but all have the same board, located in Miami.
I was disappointed.
This teacher asked us to hide her identity because she still works in the school system, but wanted to share her experience about working for a charter school. She says trying to get a hold of the board down in Miami is at times impossible.
If you wanted to talk to a board member, how would you do that?
That's a good question.
She quit the school after she felt the school did not fulfill her contract and pay her money she was owed.
They owe me my step increase for the 2nd year. They also owe me my August 20th check for both years that I worked there.
Do you feel like this would have happened if you were in a public school?
No, the union looks out for the teachers.
There are schools that are opening in old strip malls.
Teachers aren't the only ones noticing.
It's ridiculous.
Senator Janet Cruz says for the past 8 years, she has been pushing for more oversight for schools in the state.
Are you surprised the number of charter schools that have opened up in the state since the 90s?
Surprised and dismayed at the number of charter schools that have closed in this state.
We're talking
40%.
Why are we seeing so many charter schools in the state close?
It's a lack of oversight. That's the bottom line. If they truly want charter schools to work in Florida and thrive, then they have to be held accountable, and it should be by the same standards that our teachers and our public schools are being held to today.
When it comes to grades for charter schools, they are pretty even with public schools. There are many that have high A and B ratings, but there are some that are failing. So how does your child's charter rank? Well, we have that information and a deeper look into the financial issues at some for-profit charter schools on our website, WTSP.com/chartered.